I'm early. Can you hear me? Check, check. Yeah, I see meters. Meters are metering. Check 1-3, 1-12. Yeah, those of you who guessed Harley Benton guessed correctly. It's a Harley Benton. Wah, wah. What's up? Tampa Terry, Larry John, Jim Clark, Star Guitar Works. Frank Spear, Matthew Baker, Barry H. Ben says, I hear you fine. I hear you fine. I hear you're fine, bro. I hear you're fine. What's up, Strat Hippie? Tampa Terry, Troy Alcorn, Steve Hale, Shape, Strat Tom, Tactical 6-String, Terry 3Gs, Coots 13, Gary Davlin, Frank C. Hey, what's up, Landon? What's up, Rob S., Daniel Rose, Medallia from Scotland. What's up, Metalhead? Sassy Cat, Johnny R., Emma Weber. Am I loud? Is my voice really loud? What's up, Frankie? What's up, Double R Guitar? Ed Axman, Scott Munden, Tito, Ian. What's up, Ron? Yeah, I'm a little early this week, Wendell. A little bit. What's up, Richard? Yeah, I went back to the old mic. We can try it. We can try both mics, though I think the bass response is better in the other mic. Yeah, see, the weakest link with Harley Benton has always been the pickups. Right, the rest of the guitars, they make the guitars, they're pretty good. They feel fine. They're reasonably clean and, sort of well made. But the pickups have always been, just sort of so-so. But they fix that with this one. Let me see if this cam, yeah. Right there on EMG cam. They put EMGs in them. These are the EMG Retro Actives. So it's an active PAF. It's a PAF. It's an old-fashioned PAF. It's an EMG PAF. And, yeah, I think they sound great. I've never tried that before. I'm more with the classic, 81, 85 S's and SAs. Never really dabbled in the retro actives. And I gotta say, that top looks pretty sick. I mean, and they're not made in China. They're made in Indonesia, and I swear the factory they use, it's the same one that made that nice fusion guitar, right, with the right, with the roasted maple neck, and it's got like the Floyd Rose 1000. That one's not made in China either. That one's also made in Indonesia. Probably the same place, right? I doubt they shop around at different factories. They probably pick a factory, and that's the factory. And yeah, the quality you can just really feel it. It's pretty damn good. It's got the locking tuners on. I'm going to do a full video on it. But it's just shockingly, high quality. It's actually, I don't know if you can see it there. It's red. It's not a black back. It's a really dark. It's like a dark red. And check out the heel. Bobby stopped by and he was like, "What the hell is this?" I'm like, he goes, that's pretty modern. That's nice, tiny little angled heel. And you can almost see there. It's like it's really like dark red, like reddish brown, like mahogany, deep rich mahogany. With the flame. It's a veneer, of course. I mean, let's not go nuts. But you know what the worst part about Harley Benton is? The name. And I've talked to them. I talked to the Tolman guys, and they said they were trying to come up with something that sounded like super American. And I'm like, yeah, but they have two very different connotations. Harley is a very blue-collar name, mostly associated with Harley Davidson, and people just call it Harley. It's hard to appropriate that name away from Harley Davidson. They sort of own it. So this is like, what are you talking? Harley what? And then the other thing is that Benton is more like Chad Worthington, right? Charles Benton, right? Chadwick Benton, and Thomas Worthington will be joining us tonight. So I mean, when a name like Benton, I think it doesn't really match. Like in America, we wouldn't call that a good match for those two names. It's kind of a little bit of a mismatch, right? So I don't know. They needed to. That's the one thing I don't like about it. Everything else, the guitars are awesome, but the name is cringeworthy. Benton Coombs. Now you're talking. I tell you, it's a fun guitar to play. I've been playing it the last couple of days now. And it's enjoyable. What's up, Seagu? Yeah, nice boist. Yeah, let's go to boist cam. There you go. See, some angles are better. Like the flames. I mean, they kind of see them there, but then they really pop like a 9 to the temple at a certain angle, Thanks, Red Rover. Benton here. Do you have any Great Poupon? Exactly. You know what I'm saying? It's like Harley Benton. What's an appropriate analogy? Like, would it be like ribs, foie gras? It's like, right? It's not, you know what I'm saying? It's like, they just seem incongruent from a cultural standpoint, right? And again, that's probably lost as you go over to another culture. They're not, they needed to consult it. If you want to sound American in America, look to the car companies. they tend to do pretty good trying to sound, and they usually pick, things that are, like landmarks, like the Tahoe and like the Denali, and you know what I'm saying? It's like they're usually pretty good. It's a pretty thin neck too. You know, it's definitely more of like a '60s style neck, and then of course they have to give it the. This is the get you out of jail card right there. See that? That keeps you out of court. Yeah, Hammy Davidson, exactly. Yeah, these are 10s. Yeah, Sailor Mike, use 10. Thanks, Red Rover. Let's go Goldthwait. Just getting my tips in. Oh, yeah. What's the quality control on this? I tell you, this is astounding. I would say that this, without a doubt, is better than the single, right? The other single cut I have, the gold top, which I believe is made in China. I think this is, I don't know how much I can get on camera here. I think this is a little cleaner. Just all around, just like, even on like the frets and fretwork. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty clean. It's more money though. You got to remember that one from China, I want to say that was like $159, right? Like really inexpensive, and this is like $369. So it's like a $200 price difference between them. But that one from China had that big dent in the back of the neck that they just filled in. I couldn't feel it, but you could see it. Like it's like the wood's dented, but they just cleared right over it. I just filled it in. So it's like it's a flaw without being a flaw. It's not a functional flaw, but it is a visual flaw. This one's been just pretty much freaking flawless. And you can see the battery. The battery goes there. Metallica wrote a song about it. Do-do-do-do. Yeah. Yeah, it does. It does have a serial number. Right up on the back. Right there. And then after that it says, it's got all that ROHS compliant and CE and like the little barrel with the X over it for disposal. And then it says made in Indonesia. And then it has a serial number. And then on the back it has in the middle here, You can see right in there. Hey, right there in the middle. It's got the model number. And the model number reads as follows. SC, single cut. That's your single cut. 550 EMG. That's for the EMGs. There you go. Feeling fine after the vaccine? Yeah, I've been fine. I got a little soreness at the injection spot, like right where she popped me with the needle. But other than that, I've been good. They say it's the second one that gives you a little bit of an ass kicking, so I'll know in 3 weeks. I get my second shot in 3 weeks. They ran like a well-oiled machine. I was in and out in 15 minutes. Yeah, I was waiting there all of like 1 minute. They shot me. I was in the waiting area for 15 minutes. And they're like, okay, you're good. Goodbye, get out. I was like, okay, later. And I drove home. I spent most of my time driving because it was hard to get one. And then, of course, as soon as I book it, 2 days later, the state reached out to me and they were like, hey, we have an appointment for you. Down at Gillette, if you want. But Gillette was Moderna, which is, I guess, fine. I got Pfizer. I don't know that there's a difference between Moderna and Pfizer. So I get the Pfizer. $365 US, is that what it goes for? Cool. Can you do? Oh, thanks, Neil. Can you do some Zach Wild pinch harmonics? Shipping was $35. But that's I got 2 guitars in that order because you can pack more, you can do more weight than what this guitar weighed, because it's sort of a flat rate, and it's up to like X amount of pounds, and so you can actually do 2 guitars for the same $35. It feels great to play. This is yeah, Bobby was playing it the other day. He stopped by to pick up the green guitar, and he was like, that's pretty nice. Like, I know, right? It's a, locking tuners and EMGs and, kind of a looker. And like I said, it's got a pretty thin neck on it. So if you like the thinner necks, it's still got a little width, but not down here. It's good. I'd say the PRS is even wider, without a doubt. I'm not doing the new software right now. I could switch to it. I've been digging this one though. This is that Ingve. But what was weird is I got the guitars, sent over, and UPS called me because UPS is the carrier. And they're like, customs need you to certify that there's no composite woods. They're like, is this a wood-based product? I'm like, well, it's 2 guitars. And they're like, yeah, that's what we're seeing here. And so we're wondering if the guitars are made from composite wood And I was like, no, they're made from like wood. And she's like, all right. And she was like, well, I said, it's not rosewood or anything. And she was like, well, what kind of wood? And I went over the woods. And I'm like, it's ebony, it's maple, it's mahogany. And then this is like freaking jojoba and jacope, and it's like chicote. It's a lot of like Star Trek Voyager names for the name of this wood. And but they emailed me a form for filling out and signing. I had to sign that it didn't contain any composite woods. I had to send that back to her, and then it got like released from customs like instantly, and I got it the next day from Philly, that's pretty good. So. What's up, Aljon? Hey, Aljon. So I got my first shot. So there's a tiny chance I could go to the Summer NAMM. You guys are probably going to be there just because you're already in town. But I wonder what the vibe is for Summer NAMM. If it's going to be a ghost town or if it's going to be, I don't know what's going to happen with it. But I did put a room on reserve. With one of those things you have to give them no money, and I can cancel up to like July 13th. So, I have the option, and I got the room for short money, and it's right across the street from the friggin' place. It's like the Omni or something. It's nice. Yeah, it's like Jehovah's Witness. I'm playing through THU. Yeah, Philly to Boston in one day. That's pretty good, right? I thought that was fast. They must have flown it up. There's no way it would get here in a day. In Philly? That was at like 4 in the afternoon in their Eastern time. They had to have flown that up. Make sure I'm not missing anything. What are you sneezing? What? Cats. Yeah, Summer NAMM's in Nashville. So, John Banks, you got a second Moderna shot. Yeah, so yeah, you feeling okay? I know a few people that had the second shot and got a little, a bit fluish, as the saying goes. Might be acting a bit fluish. I think this might be one of my custom-made presets. Let me see the name of this preset. What in the hell? This is called... Yeah, this is called like DODYJM. It sounds like it's named after the preamp. If I had to guess. And I probably did that. Of course I have coffee. What's up, Rob? What's up, Hotshot? So I'm debating, maybe Nashville. Probably not. Probably just going to be Winter NAMM, but I don't know. I mean, I said if I had the shot, I would entertain it. Right now, it'd be, if I wanted to go and attend all 3 days of the show, between hotel and flight, it's probably going to run me about $1,000. Which is pretty good guitar. She bought guitars every day. First off, don't know where. Dealer. Oh, is he talking to somebody else? Almost asked Alshon a question. He's responding to somebody. Yeah, leave Alshon alone, okay? Talk to the dealer. Ooh, it's loud. Yeah, the EMGs add a lot of value to the nice bite. I know. I haven't been to the barber since September. Look at me. Jesus. Maybe I think I want to be fully vaccinated before I go. It seemed a little lax when I went in September. Yeah, the tone's pretty good, right, Seagoo? Absolutely. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe Summer Nam. Maybe. Perhaps. This Harley Benton place, and I've never been into Harley Benton, but now I've changed my mind a lot. Yeah, you know what? I think they were smart to go to EMGs. I don't think that their in-house pickups were doing them any favors. You know, they've long sort of been known as, like, you know, kind of the weakest link, you know, in the in the chain. And with, you know, partnering with EMG is a smart idea. I think I still see the plastic on them, but you get the idea. It's like a roasted, like, you know, it's like a roasted sativa for the fretboard. Uh-oh. I got a crowd going. I'm getting stalked. The weight isn't too bad. You know what? I literally have a scale right here. Do you want me to weigh it right? I'm going to weigh it right now. Hold on. Lay down your bets, people. Lay down your bets. I'm going to check this email while you fight it out, and then I will give you the answer. The answer is £8.46. 8.46. That's an 8, and then like a 4, like a 6. So you need a wide strap on this. What's up, Mitch? Guitar Man did have 8.4. I saw it. I would say if we're gonna go by Price is Right rules, which I pretty much rule everything, then it would be the closest without going over. I think that would make Guitar Man 45 the winner. I think he said 8.4. It was 8.46. That's pretty close without going over, and no one brought it out an extra decimal. So the saga of the gold top continues. We were looking at it last week. Everybody was saying, buy the gold top. Maybe we get the gold top. And it sold. It sold during the live show. I was like, oh, damn. That's what I get for waiting. The thing is that it was in New Hampshire, right over the line from Massachusetts. And that means no tax, and it was about $150 savings. It's only about an hour's drive. Yeah, I'll drive an hour for $75, each way. Good. If it's a nice day. So my plan was just to go buy it outright because I can't even buy it online. They because of my location, they would do it. I literally have to just drive to the store and buy it in person. There's no problem. Like I said, it's only about an hour away, but it sold during the live show. Well, wouldn't you know, it came back, right? And now I'm like, oh, what am I going to do? And blah, 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 blah. And I'm hemming and hawing. And then 2 other guitars showed up, a traditional that was just drop dead gorgeous, and a traditional Pro 5 in Blueberry Burst, which actually had a pretty sick flame top on it, let me tell you. My only worry is that Blueberry Burst is just one of those colors that you either love it or you hate it, and it elicits a lot of, hate, unfortunately. And so you just worry if you get it. They both sold within hours. The stock on Guitar Center used is down to like almost nothing. It's at the lowest I've ever seen it. I've never seen it, and I've been following them like 10 years. This is absolutely the lowest stock I've ever seen on there. I think they're down to, and it might be fewer than 100 Gibsons, and not just Les Pauls. I mean, like, just Gibsons, because, people are flush with cash. And, they're maybe holding off buying that nice new Les Paul, and then they say, I got some money, and then they go buy it. So I can tell you, Guitar Center is absolutely selling guitars because I see them disappear on there every single day. But I don't know, I kind of like the gold top. And that traditionals, though, I gotta say, look pretty. I love the look of it. It's like wicked classy. What's up, Michael Easter? People hate him over the dip switches and hate him over the dip switches for the pickups, yeah. Yeah, but that's easily changed. It didn't matter in the 3 or 4 hours that it showed up and I hemmed and hawed it sold. So, you got to be quicker than that. You got to be real fast these days. In fact, if you really want, you have to do what I did to get my appointment for the vaccine. You got to stay up till 4 in the morning and wait for the stock to reset. That's all I did. I stayed up until at 3 a.m. They went from no appointments to suddenly flush with appointments, and I was able to get my appointments. Boom, 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 pew, 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 pew. Less than a week. Went to my GC and Sam Ash. Can't believe how. Yeah, you know what? There's serious supply issues going on right now, and it's a lot of industries, and that damn boat stuck in the Suez. Jesus, you're not helping, bro. Yeah, I'm using OBS for the audio and the video, rather the audio from the interface. I literally go out of my interface and then back into the line in with an analog cable. That's the only way I was able to do it. Wouldn't work any other way. they ever get that damn boat out of there. And it's a pretty critical situation. I mean, the thing is really lodged, and they're trying to dig it out. And they're worried the thing is going to just crack in half because it's you got some that's on land and some that's on water, and it's it relies on the dispersion in certain ways, and if you free it up too quickly, you could actually crack it. I guess it's whacked a few things lately. It's been I don't know who's driving it, but I guess it's had a few incidences recently. So this is not helping. What's up, Terry? Yep, analog cable. They made some progress with the ship on Saturday. That's good to know. Say, who's driving that boat, SpongeBob? I rate this guitar pretty damn good. Pretty cheap. What did Krellbar say it was? $365? Probably a little too close. Goes out of focus. Yeah. AMGs. Those are the retroactives, which I'm not going to lie, I think it's a pretty clever name. Retroactives. Oh, dude, that's pretty awesome. That's actually pretty funny. I'm like, how it's so clever. I was just shocked no one thought of it before. Did I give up on the SG? I have not. I'm dreaming about the SG. Maybe Aljon could give us an update. I haven't heard anything in a couple of weeks. But, hold on. Let's, I have not, though. Not gonna lie, though. I was, I did get a little sidetracked with that gold top. Something about it, I've always just wanted a gold top, Just, I don't know, there's just something about that guitar. Just reminds me of a certain age I was, and they just age so well. Gold tops, they really turn into something very special, as they get older. Yeah, check that puppy out. Oh yeah, I tell you, they had one recently on the wall. My son and I went out to Guitar Center last weekend, and they were sort of happy to see people, and they're open. So we tried out a couple of Les Pauls. I tried out the 50s. They had a 50s in cherry, and they had a 60s in bourbon burst that was friggin' sublime. That thing was so nice. And then they had one of these hanging on the wall, and I got to tell you, it was shockingly light. I was really surprised at how light the body was. I was nice knobs. Just saying. You don't like the large pick guard? See, you know what, Clinton? I go back and forth. You know what I don't like about the small pick guard one? I'll show you. Hold on. Let me get over to the other screen here. So on this, right, it's all one piece. If you go to the original and we go to the one like you're talking, like not sideways, they're just a standard 61, right, like that. See, it's got that extra piece of plastic there. It's just to cover up the tenon where it attaches, because it's a long tenon that ends down at the end of the pickup. So I kind of like the one piece. No, you like that? Like that? You like the old half and half? If I'm going for the Angus thing, he's done both. If you go on Iomi, I want to say he's mostly done these with the half pickguard. I think Iomi is mostly half. Don't really remember him with too many of the full pickups, so I'm sure, the full pickguard, but I'm sure he has. This is what I've been looking at. Hello. Pretty nice. And then, yeah, that's what they had. They had the cherry burst, but it's like, I've been there, done that. It's like I got that. 60s. That's the iced tea. These are out there. Could probably score one of these for pretty good. Not too crazy money. Could 10 or maybe even 20% off of retail. That's the bourbon burst though. That's the one I kind of like, right? The old bourbon. Look at that. But I tell you, there's something to be said for the old gold top. It's simple. So, any of my reef buddies out in the audience tonight? My fellow people who like to throw money down a well? We upgraded the tank this week. What a monstrosity. We went from 60 gallons to 120, and it's got a canopy. And now the water goes down through the bottom of the tank, which I had no idea was going to do that. They're like, yeah, you kind of have to do that. It can't flow enough water. I'm like, it sounds like a break point. It's like, what? So anyway, they put it in. My God, luckily they have it like literally right at the corner where I actually have the center beam of the house and the other two. It weighs about 15. We were calculating it. It's about 1,600 pounds. I don't like it. JS says Gold Top 100%. Looking at the 60s bourbon. I think the bourbon burst is the one in the 60s, right? Or the unburst, the no burst, whatever they call that. Those you got to take a look, because some of those can be really nice, but it depends. And then the iced tea is a good one too. It's funny. Tank picks. Oh, I wonder if I took a pic of the tank and I could just call it right up here. Did I take a pic? You know what sucked, though? I'm going to tell you what sucked. The trauma. No, I don't think I do. The trauma killed. Oh, yeah, there it is. This is when we first. Hold on. You can probably see it better on this cam. See it? It's all cloudy because they just filled it, and so the sand has to settle. But that thing was enormous. You can see there's a coffee table, a little end table next to it. But the you know, we hire these pros, the guys who maintain it, to do it, and the process wound up killing our puffer, our blue spotted puffer. It's what do they call that? Like a Toby. It's like, what are you doing, guys? And I know what it was. They forgot to friggin' salt that water. They brought this massive barrel over, and they left it for the week. They forgot to salt it. And so I'm sure it was like an osmosis shock, and it killed my little guy. It's like he's like all these other fish, okay, are filler fish, okay? They're extras, right? In a cast. It was 1 star of that tank. It was the goddamn puffer. Right? He was like a friggin' helicopter. He was like the best. We love that fish. And he was so friendly. He would come out, he'd meet you, he'd go up and down the tank, he'd like blow up a little bit and give a little rock, but not really blow up. Like kind of playing around. And they killed the damn fish. It was like, you gotta be kidding me. Tails out. Did we bury him in flesh? And he's in the freezer. What you generally do is you throw him in the freezer until you can. We'll probably bury him outside. There's no way we're gonna flush him. He's not going to happen. And then the other thing is we had a sea urchin, and the sea urchin, look, and again, sea urchins are extremely sensitive to salinity, and I'm sure it went through an osmosis freaking shock, and you forgot to put salt in that. Well, it's like, guys, our lives are in your hands, and you have butterfingers. What's going on here? And they. The sea urchin lost all its spines. It slowly crept over to the corner, losing all of its spines as it made its way over. I said, "Oh, this thing's dying. This thing, you could friggin' forget about this thing." And sure enough, I'm pretty sure it's dead. If we had a starfish in there, it would probably be consuming it right now. But we got to pull him out before we have a friggin' ammonia shock. It's like, really, guys, I kind of bummed. And like I said, that tank was a ridiculous amount of money. Ridiculous. I've never, ever bought a guitar for what that goddamn tank cost. Ever. Yeah, it's all cleared up. That was a picture I had taken right when they had just put it in. But, it cleared up like the next day. And that's when we found the death. It was like, oh my God, they killed half the freaking tank. Like, what are you doing here? So, my wife was pissed. She wrote them a note. But they're, I'm going to be honest, they're kind of clinical. They just see fish. Yeah, fish die. It's like, but, it's our pet. I know that 99% of the fish you have no relationship with, but some of them, and it's pretty rare, but puffers are one of those rare ones that they actually see you, they actually come over and say hi, they kind of like hang out, they're remarkably intelligent. The filefish can be like that too, but they're much more shy. They feel like a very similar thing, though, the way their fins go and how they can camouflage. It's actually pretty sick, especially that puffer. That puffer can camouflage at night, sitting on a rock. It's like, holy shit. pretty good. For the filter, we have 2 things they put under there. There's there's the one we always have, which is this big 400 It was inexpensive. It was like a $500 filter, $400 filter. It's a big box. It looks like a computer tower. And then next to that is a new thing that they had to put in called a wet-dry filter that apparently is necessary now. And that makes a lot of noise. Things like noisy, but they say they have to do it. And so we'll see. We'll see what they say, because it's not like it had no salt in it. It's just that it was a severe drop in salinity, you know? And that's when they realized it, and they were like, oh, and they corrected it, but it was too much of a shock, right? So they had the tank water back in, plus this new barrel of water, but that cut the friggin' salinity like in half. Like these they can't tolerate that. That's like brackish water. They can't take that. You know, that's pretty much the end of that. You know, and again, people out there with fish, you know, they wound up, they took the flame angel because we're going to get corals, and, you know, the flame angel will nip the coral. So, you know, that flame angel was like $80 frickin'. I actually found the receipt recently. You know, that puffer was, I'm pretty sure, $100 or $1 or something like that. You know, maybe not that much. Maybe maybe I'm thinking of a different fish that was more money. Actually, I think the puffer was cheaper. That's probably more like $30 or $40. But the bottom line is you know, throwing your money down a well. Oh, that's good. That's good. No, they didn't put it into unseasoned water. So what they do is they take the water out of the old tank, and they know that the fish are used to that water. That's the good water. And they put the fish in that water. And then when we get the new tank, they start to pump out back into the tank, the new tank, the water from the prior tank, right? Because this water is good. And then they're going to top it off with the new water. So it already had, you know, it's the fish's water. I mean, this is, you know, I see their thinking on this. So it's like, we'll take the fish out and put them in a barrel, right? And then that will have the tank, your prior tank's water. And they'll stay, and the water's already warm, and, you know, it's already the right everything. It's already got everything that they need. We'll take the tank out, we'll set up the new tank, we'll put all the rocks in it and the sand and everything. And then we'll start putting the water back in from your prior tank. But they can only go so low because they don't want to get the fish. And then they start to fill it with the other one. Eventually they get all the fish into the tank, and then they start to add the other water. And then at some point they're realizing we have a severe drop in salinity. And that's when they, you know, and they fixed it really quickly, but it was too late. Yeah, salt water is difficult, and it's ridiculously expensive. Thanks for stopping by, little roadie. Yeah, right, Red Rover. No, I know what they were trying to do. They were following proper procedure. It's just that they forgot to salt this water, and then they started to very slowly decrease the salinity until it was like, oh my God, the salinity's really low. Is that water down there salted? Turns out it wasn't. And it was too late. Yeah. What's up, Judy? These pickups sound so good. You know what I'm saying? I doubt they added more bacteria to the water. That was the whole point of putting the barrel down here a week early, right? Was to salt it and to heat it up and to grow a little bacteria in the time during the week, right? That's generally what they do. But they just dropped the barrel off. I filled it out of the RO, which took like, 2 days. It was a massive barrel. And had no salt in it. Maybe they thought I was putting salt in it, but I don't do that. Yeah, exactly, Yeti Matsu, the new HP. There we go. I'm not using IRs on this one, I don't think. What is this? It's a Brit 2x12. Just a Brit 2x12 cab. With an SM57 simulated mic. Sure, I can say hi. Hello, Sophia. Is it F? I forget it now. I got my vaccine. We got a cat around here? Oh yeah. What do you got there? Oh, Chucky, don't eat that. Ugh. They're as bad as toddlers. I think you might be right, Sean. I think it could be court. I wonder if there's a way I can just, like, clue in. But it doesn't, sometimes in the name, right, in the serial number, it'll be like, like HBC, right? Harley Benton Court, but it's not. It's just a number. There's no letters. I don't know. I tell you, they've been kicking ass lately. They've been, they've been really kicking ass. These are made by Cord 100%. Yeah, that's what people seem to be saying, but Good on them for the cutting a deal with court, because I just think that, like, compared to, not that the other one's bad or anything, the neck is slimmer on this, although that is supposed to be a 50s, so maybe they put the thicker neck on it. Maybe that's by design. I don't really know the thought behind it. The one with the P90s, but this is of noticeably, I think, better quality than that. A little cleaner, just around the fretwork and everything, and like the fit and finish from head to toe, I think is just a little nicer. Maybe plus you get the the locking tuners, and and I think really what it was, the thing that really sort of made this guitar something to really consider is the EMGs, right? I mean, that's it. It's like that was their weakest link, was always the pickups. I don't know if they're Goto. They don't have a name on them. I don't see a brand, so I don't know. I bet they're not. They might be, but I doubt it. I think if they're Goto, they almost always say Goto, like right on them. They're nice, though. They're active. They're called retroactives, which I just think is a brilliant name. The EMG retroactives. And again, this is the same patch I've been playing for 3 weeks, so you've heard a bunch of guitars. I got to admit, I think sounds pretty damn good. So they can't. It's just not quite the LP shape. They can't do that. But it's I'm trying to think of a guitar that has that kind of top on it. Like, is it like Agile or there's a few brands out there that have a top like that. Agile, I think, is the one that's coming to mind. I want to even say Ibanez had a guitar with a curve like that, right? Sort of like what I call the ski jump. No, there's no fret sprout at all. In fact, this is one of the cleanest necks for a fret sprout. Even that other one it didn't have fret sprout, but what happened was that it did shrink, and there's little cracks all up and down the binding. If this was going to have fret sprout, it would have it. I might have to wait till next January or February to really test it. That's when I don't know that we're going to get down to the real low. It feels like we've turned a corner for dew points. I think we're not going to get down into like single digits like we can get like the super dry stuff. I don't think it's going to be that bad. I'm hearing cats running. Yeah, Aria Pro 2, Sassy Cat. Thank you. Yes, Aria Pro 2. Absolutely. Good call. Good call. What's up, Matt? It's 8.46 pounds. We waited. Someone asked about the nut. Let's check. Right there. We there? We're there. Hold on. There we go. The easiest way is just to go to Guitar and Basses, and then Harley Benton. And then I think it's in stock. So I sort by in stock. Nope, those are acoustics. I think we're too high. Yeah, that's like their modern collection. There it is. Right there. Yeah, Harley Benton, Flame Deluxe Series. It's Okume for the body. Triple A horn, top flame, triple A horn. What does that mean? The neck is Nyota. You're welcome. And the neck is roasted Jatoba from the Jatoba Witness family. Neck shape is 1960. See, I told you it was thin. It's a 60s. Trapezoid, medium jumbos, graphite nut. The nut graphite is the correct answer. 43 mil at the width. Yeah, it's almost a 14-inch. A pretty flat neck. That is true. It's pretty flat. EMG retroactives. These are the fat 55s. Instead of PAF, it's FAT. PAF style Nico 5s. EMG retroactive fat 55 covered Nico 5 humbucker neck. Volume, tone, switch. Blah, blah, blah. Hardware is nickel. Tuners are Schaller. Schaller style. See, that's how they get you. Schaller style. How dare you. You almost had me. I was like, Schaller? Oh, you. I oughta. And it's got the Darios on them. And there you go. And let's see. The Amarok. That thing. It's like a sword. 6 quilted, 7. What do I got here? Black, blue, black, natural. Right. Black, red. With the quilted. Oh, yeah. That's pretty slick. Ahorn is maple, is German for maple. Well, there you go. See, you learn something new every day. Is it unbranded Schallers, really? Wow, interesting. What's up, Kevin? Shipping expensive? No, it was a flat rate. $35 for 2 guitars. Should we switch guitars? See you, Cushman. So like, I gotta think about that. Something like that, right? Can hear it. Yeah. Go grab the custom. Go get the. You guys. I don't want to tease you with something I really don't have. I don't want to say, well, should I grab the SG? Because I don't have the SG. I really don't. All right. Let's try. Well, we got another one here. Hold on. Ugh. Put that there. Bring this here. Good thing they can't hear me now. Plug this in. Oh my God, it's noticeably lighter. And, there we go. It was the thing like what we were just looking at. I thought that might come up later in the episode. This one still has the old tagger on it. My cats like sit here and do that. All right, hold on. And my God, the strings are so much slinkier because it's so much. Got the long, what is it? It's at least 25 and a half. God, the scale feels huge. It's got the ebony mahogany body with the maple and the mahogany in the neck. These are also retroactives. The same pickups. So they must have cut a deal. Those are also EMG retroactives. This guitar plays so nice. And I like the oversized dots, and the side dots are luminous. They glow in the dark. They're hot shot. Oh, hold on. I'm getting the cord stuck on my foot. There you go. Other than my greasy paw print. It looks, I gotta think it's Solar, same factory that Solar's be. Is Solar making their stuff in Indonesia too, or is he in Korea? If he's in Korea, then maybe it's not in the same place. But if he's being made in Indonesia, I swear to God, this feels like a... Right? Kind of feels like that, maybe? Yeah, hardtail, too. No trim. Which Bobby was like, why would they make a guitar like that with no trim? What's the point? He seemed very, very disappointed that there was no Floyd on it. She goes, I love everything about it except that it doesn't have there's no Floyd Rose on it. Pufferfish from thanks, buddy. I really appreciate it. Which... This is the new Ibanez 34L12B X6 XLB 1422 GL. So this is made in Indonesia, same as the other one, same as the other Harley Benton. So it feels like they're moving their manufacturing over to Harley Benton. So Fluff, I just got my first vax. I'm thinking about possibly, maybe, potentially considering about, perhaps thinking about maybe going to Summer NAMM, but I know I've been kind of talking myself out of it. I reserved a room, but I can cancel up to like July 13th. But I don't know. It's probably still going to be a bit of a shit show, I think, until maybe next year. So maybe Winter NAMM next year will be the first time I venture back on a plane and just skip 2021. I think Summer NAMM is happening. I think it is. They seem that they got the dates down right. It's July 13th, 14th, and 15th, 14th, 15th, and 16th, something like that. 16th, 17th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, something like that. I forget now. It's in the middle of July. It's not a June one. But it's like, who's going to be there? Gibson will probably go because they're right in Nashville, right? And so will, like, Furch, right? Furch is in Nashville. There's a bunch of places in Nashville that'll just go to it, but I don't know. Feels weird. I know, right? Yeah. Dude, they're doing the Dallas show in May. April 30th, May 1st, and May 2nd, I think, or May 1st, May 2nd, May 3rd, something like that. But there's no way I'm going to that one. First of all, it's hard. You can't fly into Love anymore. It's like they've killed so many flights. I can still get a direct flight to Nashville, though. I did get the vaccine. I got the Pfizer. Hey, Pfizer. I got my first shot yesterday. Got a little bit of injection site soreness, but other than that, I went with my right arm. I'm a lefty. I went with the right. I know, a mask in July in Nashville. Jim, you're the level-headed friend I never had. You're bringing up a pretty good point. Maybe hold off until we can go maskless, which it's going to take a while. I think. No, this isn't fan fret. The regular parallel frets. Yeah, the first one I got nothing, but they say the second one is the one where you get a bit fluish, as a great man once said. I know, Jim. Just thinking about it. Imagine that, wearing a mask in Nashville. Oh, that does sound gross, doesn't it? All wet inside the end of the day. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see what happens. First shot here on Tuesday, nice. Yeah, the second shot's just a firmware upgrade, just so we can connect with the 5G towers. See you, Musical Therapy Laz. interesting. So this Kinkella says it was his second shot was fine. It was the first one. That's weird. No, my first one's been fine. Nothing. Yeah, that is that's a standard. I want to say 2017 was. It's a Ferrari red. Either 2017 or 2018. That color was available. They seem to pull the colors and sort of swap them around every so often. So yeah, I got that used for like I want to say $3.25. That's pretty cheap. Good luck getting one for that price now. Show what up close, the guitar. Available in satin finish with EMG retroactives and the big fat slab of an ebony fingerboard. I will say that too. And again, the fit and finish on this is pretty damn good. You got your spinny wheel down here for your truss rod. It's nice. And then of course you got your neck through construction. And there's the battery, the old ye old battery box. Right, the tone on these is great. Again, the weakest link in the Harley Benton lineup, other than the name, which is ridiculously stupid. We've been through that. I've said my piece on that. Other than the terrible name, is the pickups. Their pickups have always been like their weakest link. But these EMGs, they fill the void. Once you put a nice pro level pickup in it, and all of a sudden sounds great. And these are the PAF, right? These are the retroactives. Again, clever. Clever name. Clever girl. The neck profile on this is much rounder, and you can almost see here it's a little thicker than actually that single cut. The single cut 550 is flatter on the back, more like a D shape, or like a slim seal as they were calling it. I think they call it a 60s, which 60s basically means a flatter back and a not quite as round. This is rounder, but it's not a big neck. The Volas have thicker necks than these, without a doubt. Much more vintage style with the Volas than like this. The only thing I'm not crazy about is I'm not a big reverse headstock guy. Never really have been. But, it is what it is. These are also locking tuners, but these are branded. These are Grovers. The correct answer is Grover. Oh yeah, and stainless steel frets too. Thanks, Ed. I forgot about that. And the fretwork is friggin' impeccable on it. I mean, the frets on these are just gorgeous domes of steel, rails of steel that are of stainless steel. That you could just notice it like instantly, just how nice the fretworks are, and the fingerboard is all nice and rounded at the end and everything. The whole thing just reeks of a guitar that costs more than, it's under $500. They're what, $498 I think US right now. Uh, 24 frets. Yeah, 24 frets. That's an Epiphone. That's the Epiphone. That's the 2020 Custom. That's a great guitar. I love that guitar. That's got the Pro Buckers in it. That's a fantastic guitar. Seriously thinking about the baritone version of that. Yeah, right? If I got the baritone, I'd probably, get the green, or do I get the red? Green or red? Well, let's go to the... close this. I think we're back. One more. So I think it's a little... That's it, right? BT? Baritone? I'm pretty sure that's it. Right, the BT? Oh, yeah, I got to go green. Might have to go green. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. What's the other choice for BT? Red. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the red isn't bad. Oh, that looks nice there. If that looks like the one you actually get, right? Because, the variation in this stuff, I'm sure they pick out the nicest one for the, for the ad. That is gorgeous, though, huh? I'd rock that. I'd rock that in a heartbeat. Did they have one more color? Oh, yeah, blue. I already got that. No. It's already, that's what I already have right here. That's what this one is. Okay. So I think of the three colors that were there, I think I'm going red. Yeah, I was sort of leaning green, but I tell you that that's pretty sick. Yeah. Yeah. The correct answer is red. Ibanez Dinkies. I think you're thinking of Jackson. It's like one of those Fender Les Pauls. How much? Good question. I think they're $550, $544. Probably get a B stock though. How much is the B stock? That's a 7. That's a 6. Is it on page 2? Can you get a B stock? Maybe not. Nope. Nope, that's a 6. Now, was there a B stock on page 1 and I skipped over it? Let's start at the bottom. No, that's a 6. That's a 7. That's a 6. That's a 6. There it is. Yeah, you don't save a ton of money. I bet it's a return. It's B stock. A return that might have slight traces of use. Yeah. Hold on. You're not seeing what I'm seeing. I'm over here looking at this, and you're seeing me look at the screen. Yeah, right there. Almaroc, quilted in a B stock for $4.99, or the A stock for what was it, $5.44. Yeah, the truss turn is at the right there. Right there. All right, it's got one of them, the wheels. The wheel in the neck keeps on turning. Green would look better if it was over black instead of the white. Yeah, I know what you're saying. The battery? See it? Right there. In the battery compartment. Was it? A story from the music store days? I don't think. I have an interesting one. Yeah, I'll tell you one. I can remember one. We had a policy of like no cash refunds, and people would always miss it. We had signs everywhere. We had it. It was on the receipt. They would stamp the receipt with another thing that stood out that said no cash refund, store credit only. I mean, they were pretty adamant about it, but this woman didn't care. She bought something, she wanted to come back and get a cash refund, and she was very used to getting refunds wherever she went, and she didn't want to hear it. He's like, well, that's not our policy. And she probably went somewhere, and they told her, yeah, the store gets to write their own policy. You can't force them, to give you a, you can't force them to give you a refund. The refund policy, as long as it's posted, is valid. Well, she hit the roof and organized a protest in front of the store and made up signs saying like unfair, and they marched in like a circle yelling like unfair store policies. And Mark nearly shit himself. Called her in, gave her the refund. Little grassroots effort at work. She got the refund. I'd say she earned it. Any loudness? Only really that main riff, right? But everyone knew that one, Thanks for the love of the guitar. I'm Indonesia. I work in the quad factory in the PRS department. Charlie Benton is the same factory, but different department. Yeah, that sounds right. You divvy people up. I just think that over the years, you start to notice things like Fender would come out with a couple of different guitars, right? And you just notice, you say, wow, all the ones that are being made in China, they're not terrible, and again, it depended there because the classic Vibe line was great, But I swear it was almost like a different factory or a different department. Like you say, they break it up. And other ones would be like, oh, this feels weak. This feels like, no attention to detail. But then I'd get like the vintage modified, which were made in Indonesia. I swear to God they're made by Court, because it would be like, like SIC, Squire, like IC, right? Indonesia Court. And the quality was just noticeably better. Again, rolled fingerboard edges on a guitar that cost $250. It was like, and that was the point of my Squire video. I was like, you could get this like standard, which is sort of okay, but just a little bit more money, you can get this vintage modified with Duncan design pickups and just the whole thing. The fit and finish from head to toe just feels better. And I swear those are all made in the Indonesia Court factory, and it's good stuff. Really, really good stuff. I'm trying to think. There was another one that was out of Indonesia recently that I remember thinking about and saying like, oh, I can't think of what it was, and I forget the brand. But I was like, oh, is this made in China? And they're like, oh, no, it's actually Indonesia. I'm like, I'm telling you, Indonesia's kicking ass lately. It's like, I'm just seeing, like, really good stuff, like, good quality, coming out. So this model is the, let me call it up here. Can I go back? No. This one is this one. That's the name. The Harley Benton Amarok. Amarok sounds like a mountain or something, or a large sword. This sounds like either a creature that devoured kids at night, or some sort of a mountaintop, right? What is that? Is that Finnish or like Amarok? Norwegian? Good stuff, though. All right, back to main cam. The red EVH, thank you. The Wolfgang, the red EVH. Thank you. That's exactly what it was. Correct. The Wolfgang is the correct. We have a winner. Exactly. That was it. The Wolfgang EVH. And I was like, damn, this guitar is nice. Right there. An Amarok is a gigantic wolf. There you go. From like Viking myth, or from Inuit. Oh, so like real north. That's like north, like an Arctic Circle, right? Said this stalk and devour any person foolish enough to hunt alone at night. Unlike wolves who hunt in packs, Amaroks hunt alone. Oh, I see. Right. It's like a badass wolf. Sounds so good. Hey, what's up, Ken? Charvel Star, but it was missing beefiness in the lower mid-range. I thought that Charvel I had here recently, that green one, sounded really good. That had, I want to say, Seymour Duncan pickups in it. That was Bobby's, what was that? It was everything but the Green Meanie, right? Just don't call it a Green Meanie. I want to say it was a SoCal. Was it SoCal? Because it had the pick guard. Here, a Quad Cortex? No, but they could send one to me. Quad guys, Neuro DSP. I thought the same thing, Frank. San Dimas. And I was like, oh, no, wait, it has a pick on it. It has a pick on it. It's a SoCal. It's a SoCal. It's software. It's not an amp. Oh, thanks, Robert. You've been watching you since Pixie Lakes. What's up, dudes? You all right? I did a lesson on Death to All the Metal. Oh, thanks, buddy. Yeah. Yeah, they sort of got me into YouTube. I got into YouTube because of Steel Panther. You know, because a friend of mine, the only way you could find them to start was on YouTube. And I was just, I thought they were hilarious. So, yeah, that's really what got me onto YouTube was Steel Panther, of all things. No, got paid is I almost think he does it down here, you know. Though it doesn't sound, the timbre doesn't sound. Yeah. Gotta hit the right fret. How does this compare to the Epi or the other? The other one's very much more similar guitar. I'd still give the Epi a slight edge over that, but those retroactives really bring it up to Epi level for sound. It's pretty damn good. This is a completely different instrument. I mean, it's hard to compare this to the Epiphone. They're just so different. Oh, Satchel is damn good. tips for setting up Windows. I have a whole video on that. It's probably my most popular video, actually. But yeah, the main thing is just watch your levels. People don't, they either way overdrive. You got to get something that shows you the level on the input. So you either overdrive it and it sounds all fuzzy and farty and you're like, that doesn't sound right. Or you totally underdrive it. Or even worse, you're not plugged into an instrument and you have an impedance mismatch. You'll have a massive, you'll hear it, you'll get sound, but it'll sound dull. Right? I wonder if I could, yeah. With the correct impedance. With an impedance mismatch. You can hear it almost, it almost sounds like a real mid-push, right? It accentuates those mid-frequencies. That sounds the way it's supposed to sound. So that's a huge thing. Just make sure you've got it set to instrument and not line or mic, right? It's going to be set to instrument. Flatter radius on this one? That's a great question, says Cat. Let's take a look here. Now, the other one was flat. What did we say the other one was? It was like a 13.8. It was like practically a 14-inch radius, right? Pretty flat. Did they say what the radius? Neck profile, slim mod and C. Can I get a radius? Now I'm seeing scale. Oh, wait, okay. Someone do the conversion for me. What's 355.6 millimeters? Feels pretty flat. Is that 14? 355.6 millimeters. I'm seeing a lot of 14s here. Did I ever play in a band? Not really seriously. I've had a few garage bands when I was younger. What was it? What was it? Yeah. We had an original that went like that. Wine and Women. Yeah, I remember that. And then we had another one that was terrible. This is even before that band. It was like... It's like this slow ballad called "Steal My Love." The drummer wrote the lyrics for it, and this other guy in the band wrote most of pretty much the guitar parts, and I was just tagging along, and but I had the rehearsal space, and that lasted 6 months to a year or whatever, and then the drummer went off. Cut to like 2 years later, I'm listening to like the radio on Sunday night. It was like they do like the local Boston bands. I think it was either on AAF or something like that. And he had recorded it and released it as a single. We were loud. I was like, oh my God. The name of the song was Steal My Love, and which was just so lame and just cringeworthy. We were calling it Steal My Song. We're that quick. We just... On Fargan amps? I don't know a Fargan thing about them. Are they Fargan good? Yeah, it definitely wasn't FNX. It could have been BCN. It was Sunday night. I remember it was Sunday, and they would do like they would do local bands, right? It was all like local stuff. And it showed up one night, and I was like, oh my God. The crazy bastard, he did it. How's the Amarok? Isn't 500K pots wrong on EMGs? Is that what they said? They said they were 500K pots? Oh. Yeah, I think they're supposed to be like 25K, right? But I don't know. These are new. These are the new retroactives. Maybe they are 500K pots. We just don't know. But I'm not seeing 500K here in the specs. Yep. Ceramic in the bridge, El Nico 5 in the neck. Yeah, the Hot 70. This one has the retroactive. See, the other one was the retro 55s. This is the Hot 70 in the neck. I mean the bridge, and the Hot 70 in the neck in the. So right, in the bridge one is ceramic, and the neck one is El Nico 5. But I'm not seeing anything about the pot specs. I thought they were supposed to be like instead of like 25K. Nocturnal emissions. Dude, JR nailed it. That was it. It had to be, that was it, right? Nocturnal emissions, right? That had to be it. That was all local stuff, right? Or was that his like weird stuff? I thought it was the locals. Hope run up and look. I will, but I'm not doing it right now. I'm in the middle of a show. What's up, Worldwide? Do you prefer 500Ks? I don't notice a difference. I think you have to, if you have humbuckers, you put in 500s. If you've got single coils, you put in 250s. If you've got actives, you put in 25s. You use whatever you match them to. Carlos. A band called Arson. Do they give you, does it sound like, is it slow? Is it? And are they, did they say anything about, are they from Boston? That, that it could be them. I don't freaking know. What HB is this? It's easy to show it to you. It's that one. That's the one. The Amarok 6 BK BL Flambe Birthday. And we had a different one earlier, single cut. This is, of course, the double cut. Oh no, got a positive result a few weeks ago. Oh, you know who was in trouble? Joe Morgan. Give some thoughts and prayers for Joe Morgan. Last time he posted on Facebook, he's like, I got COVID, and I've been tired. He goes, but I haven't. My breathing's okay. He's like, I can breathe okay. He's like, but my fever keeps creeping up. My fever just can't. I cannot shake this fever. And they keep telling me if it gets any higher, I'm going to have to be hospitalized. So that was his last. I hope he's doing better. I really, really, that would be a huge loss if we had anything happen to Joe Morgan. So thoughts and prayers for Joe. As he, who else had it down there was Tyler. He was in the ER for like 9 or 10 days. But he's a younger guy. Joe Morgan's my age. It's harder to mount the fight, Tyler is, 20 years our junior, maybe 25 years our junior. So he's got more of the, the youth to help fight it. And even then, he was in intensive care for, I think, 9 or 10 days. So, yeah, no, Joe Morgan, man, it's a bummer. No, they don't offer a trem model. Bobby was bummed they didn't make a trem model with this one. I remember Wargasm. We used to have a kind of a joke band called Mega Man of Wargasm. Mega Man of Wargasm was the ultimate metal band. COVID's a scam, yeah. We'll tell that to Michael. Michael! He's 6 feet under. That's one of the kids I went to school with. He died from it. Dead. And, he was fine. He caught COVID. He died. But for catching COVID, he'd still be alive. They took 15 bodies out of the nursing home down the street from me. 15. I'm just saying. It's the deadliest hoax I've ever seen. Don't vaccine. Too bad, bro. It's how the world moves ahead while the dummies stand still. I had several coworkers who died that all had comorbids, though. Yeah, but they were living with the comorbids, right? I hear that all the time. Oh, yeah, but what else did he have? What killed him? The COVID. The COVID's what killed him. He was living with diabetes, right? Right? They're living with these other things. They're not dying. But that's the old, what we call the but for argument. But for catching COVID, he'd still be alive. That's a fact. So, what killed him? COVID. Period. End of story. But for catching COVID, he'd still be alive. Yeah, it's like they're always rushing to find what else did he have? What else did he have? It doesn't matter. Whatever else it wasn't killing them. They were living with it, right? Period. So, but sadly, yeah. And then there's some people that I don't know. They they have no comorbidities. And they have a bad thing. I think they kind of traced that to blood type, right? Wasn't that a thing? Like certain blood types had a harder time with it. And then some people don't even know they have it. Again, the Yankee Candle reviews. This is the worst candle I ever bought in my life. It has absolutely no scent whatsoever. And you're like, interesting. Interesting. Had a headache after your second Moderna dose? Yeah, I'm bracing for the second one. My father-in-law had some fatigue and sort of headaches and sort of like down like after his second shot. My dad had 2 shots. He had no reaction whatsoever. And I think he was so sick a year ago in February, my dad. He couldn't breathe. It was like, oh, you have the flu. You have the flu. But then when he started to talk to the last time he went to the doctor and he started telling him about it, they were going, you might have had COVID because it was already here. And that's right around the timing that they had an outbreak at the VA hospital. And that's when my dad was going. My dad goes to the VA because he's a veteran. So he made it through it at age 87. And got to, was fine. He recovered. It took him weeks, though, and he got through it. And then, they had him go in and get the vaccine. He had 0 reaction. So he's like, I'm telling you, I had it. I go, you might have had it. You might have. It's not concerning a vaccine will cause these side effects? No, absolutely not, because that's not the way vaccines work. Side effects are something that happens from, really side effects are what happens from drugs, right? Chemicals that affect your physiology, but then they affect other things in ways that you don't, right? Because it's hard to pinpoint a chemical in your body. Vaccines work completely freaking differently. What you're getting, the reason why you start to feel that is because a vaccine is a spoofed virus, and so your body starts to react as if it has a real one, but it doesn't react quite so violently because it's not like it's dead, right? It's a dead virus, so it's not like blowing up in your system and causing a big blow up of your system. But your system is sort of going to mount a little reaction to it, and it may cause you to feel like you have the flu, but then you'll create the antibodies. That's the whole thing. It's all about tricking your system into the antibodies. So, again, it's hard. My sister's the same way. She's like, I don't want it. If I want it, I'm going to get the Pfizer one. It's like, you can't choose your vaccine. Just go get it. She's all like, well, I'm going to wait till everyone else gets it. I said, well, if everyone adopted that, we're never reopening. So. Yeah, don't get flipper babies. Yeah, don't confuse chemistry, drugs with vaccines. They could not be. And in fact, these new ones are just those RNA strands, right? They're even more focused. It's pretty crazy. Just how, right? Because they only replicate the spike, right? The part that connects in you. Oh, it's even less. The bottom line is just admit it's by people that are a lot smarter than you or I. Period. Right. All right, dudes. Here we go. We should probably call it a night. I'm just realizing it's 9:06, and I started a little early. How long have I gone? 2 hours, 12 minutes. All right, we're past the 2-hour mark. All right, dudes. I'll see you in a week. Got to get a haircut at some point. I'll wait till I get the second. Wait till I get the second vax, and then I'll go get one. I don't need, like I said the last time. You don't need to crash your car a block from your house. You know what I'm saying? I'm so close. So close. Just got to get there. That'll be good. All right, dudes. No, you're awesome. Yeah, wait. Smell my finger first. All right. I know. All right. Exactly, Stu. You're that kid who says, "Are you going to collect the homework?" And everyone goes, "Oh, what? I did it. What?" All right, dudes. I'll see you in a week. And until then, rock on.